Hey everyone, this is Austin Schur here with We Write About Music, and today I'm speaking with Mark and Bradley of Letchen Grey. It is so great to have you both back. I'm really excited to talk about this new single. It is called Dead Man Walking. As I mentioned before we started recording, it has legitimately been stuck in my head all day, which is,
Awesome.
it doesn't get better than that when you know you got a good song on your hands. How are you? What's going on your guys' end?
Thank you. We're doing good.
Nice. Where are you at?
So where we're at right now, we released Dead Man. We had it produced by Alan Niven and Chris Cachero again. We're really happy with the way the three new songs came out. We have a new bass player, a new drummer, Josh Taylor, Matt Jamele Josh Taylor on bass, Matt Jamele on drums, and you got Bradley here. So just kind of like all of the bands that kind of started a little while ago, you have new members coming in and it just feels really, really good. So currently we've been shooting videos we did the Dead Man video.
Sure.
And we're very surprised and very grateful because we actually had 40,000 views, a bunch of subscribers in 3 weeks, a bunch
I'm
of
not
subscribers,
surprised.
and some great, like comments and stuff like that. I was like, wow, that was
Good
really
music
cool.
travels fast.
Yes. I mean, we were very grateful, very, very surprised. So to anybody out there that saw it, thank you.
Totally. And yeah, it's gonna keep going. Like I said, this is a great song. I'm really excited for people to hear it. Specifically though, what's it about? Like who wrote this? What inspired it?
Yeah. Okay, so what inspired it? Let's see. We were in this magazine, the Classic Rock, and they put this caption down here like Guns N' Roses, Iron. They opened for Guns N' Roses, Maiden, and Stones. So why has no one ever heard of Letchen Grey? And then they did a 3-page article on us.
Amazing.
And what does it say there?
That says Dead Man Walking. Dead Men Walking, excuse me.
Right. So then I thought about that. And as you can kind of listen to it, I tried to make it like a little Bonnie and Clyde type of story.
Sure.
Street in a stolen Cadillac with no rear view mirrors. The girl starts singing to you. Falling off the map about an hour ago is kind of like, here we are back from the past, that type of thing, and that's kind of where I wrote it from.
Nice. Well, yeah, you can thank the headline for that one.
Yeah.
Was it more of like a group project in terms of like the instrumentation, putting the final touches together? Like, what's the band dynamic here?
The band dynamic, and Bradley will add on to this, but I play guitar. I can write lyrics just like anybody else, but Bradley and the producers and Bradley's vocals just took it to the next level.
Agreed.
And he made it his own. Yeah, he definitely made it.
I
his
add
own.
trumpet to the group, so we're like trumpets. So
yeah, that was Bradley. He could tell you about it too, but when he was in college, he got a scholarship. In band, he's a trumpet player.
Nice.
So when we first started playing together, I'm not used to playing with a trumpet, and I thought, what's this guy doing? Kind of like. And then I started noticing he can develop really cool melodies.
Yeah.
And then he puts it into his vocals and he's experimenting. And then he'll get it's just a different type of writing process that I've been exposed to. So we incorporated that into the song. Also, in fact, we're basically trading licks and stuff.
Yeah.
Which is,
band.
yeah. And the last thing, and I don't want to do all the talking, but I think it's really inspirational.
I do the singing, you do the talking.
Yeah. I think it's super inspirational.
Okay.
High school kids that play in bands, you know what I mean, and play trumpets or whatever they play. It's all music to us, and I think it's pretty inspirational what he did. So
I fully agree, and it's kind of what I enjoy about this song most, because I'm not going to say the guts of it are like totally classic rock, but like obviously I get an 80s vibe from the tone in the guitar, but I feel like the horns kind of like modernize it in a way. They bring it into the 2020s at this point. I think
Right.
there's so much rock music out there that is incorporating horn sections and strings and all this, but like it doesn't just sound like cookie cutter rock, like it makes it sound special, and it's one thing that truly stands out.
Thank you.
And if I just might add, Bradley's from Louisiana, so he's got that southern feel that he brings
Yeah,
to
I'm a
this
Cajun
band.
boy, so
In fact,
shout out to all the Cajuns.
yeah. In fact, what is it? How is Jim Dandy related to you?
Oh, my dad's side. That's the North Louisiana side.
Jim Dandy of Black Oak, Arkansas. Jim Dandy Mangrum is his relative.
Somewhere down the line.
From Black Oak,
Never met or
Arkansas,
anything.
yeah.
It's all in the family, man. That's amazing.
Yeah, so he kind of brings that dynamic to the band, which is a great element. Really excited about it. Yeah.
So how are you feeling from this sort of like refresher in the bandmates? Like it seems like a net positive so far.
Well, you know what? It's really cool because you've got a little bit of variety in age now.
Totally.
You know, obviously Bradley's younger than I am. And then you've got a bass player and a drummer that are 28 years old.
Right.
27, 28. So they bring that 90s thing in, and they bring that youth and that energy.
Yeah.
And they're really cool looking when they play too.
Exactly.
You check it out on our website.
No, of
Yeah,
course, everything's gonna be linked and all
Yeah,
that
yeah.
stuff.
Check it out.
Yeah. I mean, visually it makes the band look really good too, is what I'm saying, which is kind of cool.
Of course, of course.
Yeah.
Do you find though that like maybe the age disparity is bringing new influences to the band? Like we listen to this and you listen to this, so let's try something.
What do you think?
What do I think? Our taste in music's very similar
Yeah.
for the most part. You know, whether it's a newer rock band or older, it's kind of got the rock vibe. And as far as jazz, because I like jazz, I grew up listening to jazz. Well, Matt, he majored in music, you know, so it's pretty refreshing to have someone bringing that jazz vibe with the rock vibe together.
Totally. How'd you meet?
Us?
Yeah.
I placed an ad for a singer and he responded to it. And to be honest with you, that's how it happened.
I feel like that's not common nowadays. Like every time I talk to people, it's like, oh, we met through a mutual friend, or we met at a gig and they were the opening band and we poached them from the other band or something like that.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And
Yeah.
I feel like it might have, yeah.
So I met Josh the same way. I was in a band with Josh before I got in this band. So
Okay.
that band mix has got me this group of guys for me, you know, and that's how I met my group.
That's awesome, man. I feel like it's like a touch of the past a little bit. People aren't putting out ads for things anymore. They're hesitant. You know, maybe it's like a fake thing or something, or a scam or something like that.
Right.
And obviously it's worked out. Have you found though, you've got these new members and new energy, that there's sort of like a change in the process of making these songs, or have you all sort of found your roles?
I think, you know, the process is basically the same. You know, I have an iPhone and I have a guitar and I'll practice, you know, on any given day, come up with a riff, right? I record it on my iPhone, email it to Bradley. If Bradley likes it, then we have a little studio with, you know, Logic X in the back there with a Mac Pro.
Cool.
And we start working on ideas. And like, in fact, we're writing for the next album right now. We think we already have another hit single that'll stick in your head, but it'll be really powerful. Just like, because now Dead Man's definitely the high watermark. You know, that's
Sure.
So the songs that we're writing now have to be that good. They don't have to be like that song. They could be a ballad. They could be a mid-tempo, you know, whatever.
Hey.
Or it could be, we've got one that right now, Hey Baby, we've got a song that's titled that right now, and it's just freaking rocking.
Very cool.
Good upbeat.
Dancing.
Have you had the opportunity yet to play these new batch of songs in a live setting?
We played once.
Yeah, we did.
We played them in one show, the previous one in Big Bear.
It's a ski resort but it was off season. There was no snow. But go ahead.
So we had an hour and a half to play, so we had to get a bunch of songs together, and we had all the songs that Mark had already written, and now I'm starting to write all the lyrics. So it was easy to get a bunch together. So it's fun to play these new ones, and we play Friday the 13th. So now we'll be able to bring these songs where we have rehearsed and learned the songs and have our parts down a little bit more. You know, not that we didn't jam it before, but it'll be a little bit tighter on Friday the 13th.
Totally.
We threw a couple of covers in there. We played. We did all of our songs, a few new ones that are never been recorded by us. Then who's that band that we played? I'm Almost Human, or I Am
Oh
Human?
yeah, we did a Highly Suspect.
Okay.
And then we did a Aerosmith, Lord of the Thighs. So it's a really old one.
From 1976.
And
Thrill Is Gone.
And we did a mashup. Like they just played the beat, and I sang like the thrill of going, did some trumpet, and then I came in with that Tracy Chapman song, just to give it that blues feel, you know, during the set.
Of course.
It was cool.
Then we threw in Dead Man and Broken String and all that stuff too. And
Right.
the interesting thing was the reaction. There was like, you know, it was a small crowd, it's a small bar. And a really cool heavy metal band played in front of us. A super great group of guys. They sounded great. And they had that was their local band up there.
Ruckus.
Sure.
Yeah, that's right. And then, you know, we go on after them, and you know, you got a bunch of guys in their leathers, and you know, they're heavy metal dudes, and then all of a sudden they got girls though. Next thing you know, as we start playing, the girls start coming up to the front and start dancing and having a good time.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's nothing better than performing and you have
With
your
that
crowd
energy.
get up and start dancing with you. That's one of the
Not
best
that
feelings
we're-
in the world.
Yeah, but not that we're a dance band, but you know, as in, you know, we've got definitely have a distinctive rhythm, like with the shuffle beat in Dead Man.
Sure.
You know, so it was nice to, again, we're a rock band, but you know, people can dance to the Rolling Stones too, you know.
That's the thing, is like music makes you feel things and emotions, and it doesn't need to be like high-powered EDM music for you to, you know, let loose. It's a rock show. Like that's the point of it.
Yeah, that's why I said we're gonna be us. We may have something heavy, light, soft, whatever. We're gonna how we feel, and the keys to get our what we're feeling across to you, so you can have a good time.
I mean, yeah, well, that's what I like about discography and what I've heard so far is like there's a huge variation. You're not just making the same song over and over and over again. You're trying new things, you're experimenting. And honestly, it kind of brings me to my next thing here. Like you mentioned that you're getting in the studio, you're working out new songs, and there might be an album on the way. Do you have a timeline, or are you just kind of keeping things loose? Like where are you in the process?
You know, we're pushing to get this. We're almost to pre-production now. We're like really fine-tuning a few songs.
Okay.
And we just shot our video for our next video release that'll come out in probably another maybe 2 months or so.
Nice.
So that'll be Broken String. The music release is already out on Spotify, but our, I guess, official release will be in a couple months.
Yeah, you can
with
get the
video.
music also on Amazon.
Yeah, all the major websites you can find.
Amazon, yeah. You
Very-
can listen to it on YouTube if you don't want, you know what I mean, and all that stuff too.
No, the videos take time, that's for sure. But I kind of like that direction of releasing. It's like, yeah, here's the song, but then you give it a second life when you create the video and you bring it to life, and it's like,
Right.
you know,
Have you seen it, Austin?
I have seen it, and it's great.
Oh, okay.
And
Thank you.
and like I said, it brings the song to life, but it also kind of prolongs the release because, you know, a song comes out, people listen to it on release day, and sometimes it kind of gets lost in the void, which is such a sad thing. Make the video, and it's a reminder that, hey, we're still here, and hey, we made a great song. Please listen.
Right.
I think it's the first time that the band has ever done a video besides, you know, way before.
Yeah. I'm
We
pretty
didn't do
sure
any
it's all of our
videos.
first
Yeah, we
video.
didn't do any videos of the band for the Burn CD. We did visual.
Hey, it's time consuming and it costs a lot of money to put it together, so I don't blame you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't blame you at all. Well, considering we're like right on the end of September at this point, we've got a few more months in the year. You've sort of highlighted some things that are coming. Is there anything definitive that is fully going to come out by year's end?
So how about live performances?
Yes, let's talk about that. What else is on the horizon?
We have October 13th at Trip in Santa Monica. And then we have November 4th at Stages. Where's this? Where's it at? I'm not
In
sure.
Santa Ana.
Santa Ana.
Okay, cool.
which are, you know, and then in the meantime, we've got a rehearsal schedule. And then besides that, we're writing, you know, every day or every other day, we're writing songs because we realize that, you know, it's all about the music and good songs.
Of course. And they'll
And then
turn
this-
live.
But it takes work, you know, you got to get in there and you got to say, make these ideas realize. It's really interesting, you know, working with Bradley, how he can take a basic melody and then start to develop it and then start to write lyrics to it and then start putting titles to it.
Totally.
And then starting to, you know, just develop the rhythm and the syncopation of his lyrics. It's really cool, actually.
Fully agree.
And I'm rock. I've been doing it for a while.
Exactly. You know
Yeah.
the process,
And
but
it's still, I still get like, whoa, that's really cool.
exactly.
So these 3
Yeah.
songs we just released, they were already, Mark already had them. So I just came in and was like, all right, let me sing it. This is kind of the way you'll sing it, but put my style to it, right?
Sure.
These next group of songs that we're writing now, I get to write it. So I get to put a lot of feel into it, and we're
Awesome.
writing them together. So it's more of our music, you know. And now it's us.
He'll take it like 90%, and sometimes he gets a little stuck. And everybody needs that dumb guy in the room that says,
He's crazy.
"Hey, repeat this again. It sounds cool."
Exactly.
Oh, yeah,
No, I
maybe
get it. I mean, that's
Yeah.
band dynamic. Like, it's tough to do
Yeah.
things yourself.
Yeah, but
I understand.
Yeah.
Is there one unreleased song that you're just itching to play in a live setting?
there are a couple of them.
Yeah, we got a couple. We will on Friday, the 13th.
Nice. Okay,
And in
cool.
December, try to release this video in December.
Okay,
If
We should. That'll give enough time.
Mhm.
And to check out Dead Man Walking.
exactly. Yeah, and like I said, I would recommend everyone check out everything. And
Right.
we'll have the links there so that people can listen and do this and that. And, I mean, it sounds like you guys have so much more in the works. I'm personally excited to hear it whenever it may come.
Cool.
Thank you, Austin.
Of course, of course. I have a couple more questions for you. I want to know, like, in terms of creating and the actual music that you listen to on an everyday basis, how difficult is it to separate the two from the things that you enjoy to the music that you're making?
You know what? You know, it's interesting you ask that because, like, right now, I'm like reading this book on Led Zeppelin, and I
Sure.
just they were very, you know, they were a little bit before their time. We live in the day of home studios. They didn't, but
Right.
they were. John Paul Jones and Jimmy Page, as everybody knows, were really accomplished studio musicians. So I'm kind of looking at pictures, and you know, I'm kind of, oh yeah, checking out this riff, you know, kind of revisiting everything. And I've been listening to some like stuff that Bradley sends me like Black Sabbath, you know, like, hey dude, check this riff out and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
right now we're kind of listening to like heavy guitar riff music, I would think.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, that's the best because you can't beat the classics, and there's always something more to discover if you go back far enough.
Yeah.
That's
I
awesome.
tried I sent you a oh, who is that guy?
Daughtry.
No,
Today
not
you sent me-
Daughtry. Can't think of his name. Nozzle Brass, and it's like a brass group, and it's like really jazz. You haven't checked them out. It's totally
Okay,
different.
okay.
Yeah,
Nice. I've never heard of it, but I'll definitely check it. I trust your opinion.
keep our sound kind of mixed between 2 different things, and not just
Sure.
be flat. You know?
Totally. I mean, that's the best part of it. Like I said, like, you have this new life about you. There's new people, but there's also new influences. And you're doing such a great job of mixing together a past sound and a modern sound, which is incredibly difficult to do.
Well, and you know what's inspirational too? That recently, look at the Rolling Stones. Mick
Oh,
Jagger, 80 years old. His voice sounds great on that new single, "Angry."
I
I mean,
agree.
the vocal chops.
Right? Doesn't matter
Yeah.
how old you get, like, you can't stop the creativity from flowing through you, so might as well release new
Yeah,
music.
it's in your soul. If you got it, you got
You
it.
got it.
No, and people are
You're
gonna
living proof.
people are gonna be like, hang it up. We don't need any more. We listen to the classics, but it's like, who cares? You know what I'm saying? It's the same with Paul McCartney too. It's like, yeah, like, we're gonna take a new record and it may not be amazing, but you can't stop him from making new music.
Right.
Totally agree.
I commend him for it. It's inspirational.
Totally, that's awesome. Well, hey, so my last question for you here is, it's the same question I ended with last time, so I don't know if you remember. But basically, for the person that is going to discover your guys' music from this conversation, what is an opening message you'd like to say to them before they listen for the first time?
Okay. So, like, if you like rock music, if you like, stuff that makes you feel good, make your feet move, and put you in a good mood, I think you'd like our music. I really do.
Good to me. No, and I fully vouch. What about you, Bradley?
I agree. I'd have to go what he just said. Yeah.
Sweet. No,
Give us a shot.
I think
Check
that's
it
great.
To more than one song, you know?
Oh yeah. No need to
Definitely.
overcomplicate things. Listen to a few, see what you like, but just know that every song is different and every song is great.
Definitely.
If you'll allow me to plug your song for you one more time, it is called Dead Man Walking, but of course I recommend you check out the rest of their music. We will have the links in our articles that you can listen and share and follow along. Like I said, I'm sincerely truly excited to see what else comes, and it has been a pleasure to speak with you both. Thank you so much.
You bet.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Austin.
Awesome. All right. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day, and I hope to speak soon.
Oh yeah.
All right. Enjoy Ecuador.
Take care. Thanks. Bye-bye.
Yeah.